Good evening and welcome to the Hobby Corner. My name's Kev and it's our Friday night hobby hangout. What's up, everyone? I hope you had a fantastic week. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you've achieved all that you needed to achieve this week. You're ready to hit the weekend hard and ready for it. Whether you got hobby plans, family plans, if you're still working like me, if you've got other plans, let me know in the chat. I'd love to find out what you're up to. Also, let me know what you've been up to this week, because, you know, some of you I might not have spoken to all week, so let me know. I'm gonna have my little sip of bin juice while we wait. I burnt my mouth from tip of the tongue all the way back to the tonsils, but it was totally worth it. How are you, sexy, beautiful people? Huh? You absolute stars of the show. Shall we say hello to all our early birds while we're at it as well? I think we should. So let's dive right in, shall we? So right at the top, we got one of my fantastic mods. Hello, Dave. Mr. Wolfenstone, I hope you're well. Hello, Dave. We also got Tabletop Ready Minis. How you doing, mate? And we got Total Nova in there too. We're also blessed with the lofty of all lofty content creators, Mr. Ross Graham from Fauxhammer. How you doing, mate? Glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Throwing down just after that is me in the chat a lot. Ooh, look at that. We also got Void Captain Bazooka. How you doing, bud? We got the Painting Wookie. How you doing? We go down. Lots of awesome chit chat going on here. I've been enjoying it while I wait for the time to run up. Andrew Milligan. How you doing, mate? Glad to see you again. Go down. Gina. How you doing? Hope you're well. Oh, we got oh no, it skipped. Hang on, go back. Oh no, go the other way. There we go. We got Manx Mills. How you doing, mate? How you doing? And we got Ravens Rook Miniatures. I said it right. That deserves all the likes for saying those names right without tripping up. I think so. We got the Squat for your Notter as well. It says he smacked his head against the wall thinking what I should wear to a friend's birthday party tomorrow. Doing very good. Just toga, mate. Just go toga. Toga. Okay, so oh man, you know what? I can tell that this laptop is on its last legs. I just got an error message saying the current keyframe frequency is 8.3 seconds. That's disgusting. Like, I've got it set for 4 seconds. So if the stream cuts, or you know, you get a little spinny circle or whatever, I do apologize for that. It's the laptop starting to show its age, and the internet being absolutely dog poop as well. It shouldn't be that bad. I'm plugged in as well, so I don't know. But anyway, it's all you expect from the Hobby Corner live. Yeah. Oh, we got Nightbot in the chat. Wow, we are blessed. So let's just have a look and see quickly what people have been up to. So we got okay, I've seen a beanie I'll like now. Thank you, Mr. Ready Minis. Still alive, so achievement unlocked from Dave. That'll do. Nova is drinking blood for the blood god, Ribena. Fair enough. Is it the right hue? I don't know. Doesn't matter, does it? As long as it spills in Korn's name. Wookie says robe. Oh, he's saying Ribena. Okay, is Ribena is more blood of Slanesh. Okay. Kev, top news. I got this unblocked yesterday. It was full. Okay. Achievement unlocked for that one then. Awesome. Too sexy for the brush, too sexy for my brush. Oh, wow, there you go. Embracing it, Mr. Wookie. All Bronco stock, cough mixture for me. Ashes. Well, I'm sorry you're feeling down, mate. Hope you feel much better later. Sooner than later, rather. Alright. Oh, we got Scroggy in the chat. How you doing, mate? Glad you could be here. So glad. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I was going to do the old review first, but I think what I'll do first is, because it's just easier to get done and out of the way, is go over Mr. Fauxhammer's reviews that he dropped, which I enjoyed very much. And I do also have a link to his website in the description below as well, so feel free to check him out anytime. He's also got a YouTube channel where he does his video versions of the uploads. Just really moving in on my territory there, mate. Big loves anyways. Right, so close that. What is you? There we go. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to drop that volume down. We are not going to put any music on right now, because if I do, then I'd be boogered for internet stability. Alright, and then window capture. There we go. Done. And my face should disappear. No, there we go. Oh, there we go. Right, so if you haven't caught up already, the contents, i.e. not the actual magazine contents, but the stuff that comes with the magazines, which a lot of people would say is the most important bit. I think it's 50-50. I think the content of the magazine is just as important as the stuff you get. Is unveiled. Big thanks to, again, Fauxhammer with his unique partnership with Hachette. So yeah, issues 31 to 34. Remember, there'll be a link in the description below as well if you want to order your issues that you want from Forbidden Planet. Just hit that link, helps the channel out. We get a little bit of a kickback, don't cost you anything extra, and I think you'll find all the issues are like 50p cheaper anyway. So that's pretty cool. But I always say like pre-order every issue that's available to be pre-ordered, and then as the contents are revealed, you can just delete from the list of the ones you don't want, because you get the reveal months in advance. So yeah, plenty of time to get rid of them before you actually get charged for those, and you only get charged the one time for postage. So a win-win. Right, so issue 31, we have the Ruined Factorum. So this is going to be a two-parter, definitely. So he says here it's basically half of the Battlezone Manufactorum. Yeah, it's just some really cool terrain. If you have the if you got the Conquest magazine before and you got some terrain from that, this will blend nicely with that. You can see that you got like the ducts there as well, where the pipes, those plasma pipes can be attached to or not. You know, there's lots of little bits and pieces which help it be modular. Again, like you got a second level up here. It doesn't have to be a second level, but it just adds a bit of dimension. I mean, it's nothing to stop you from like getting 2 issues of this and just stacking it 2 or 3 high, you know. So yeah, you got some stuff you can do with it, so it's not bad. So that's that one. Oh, it's a nice little saving. Then we also got the Cataphron Destroyer, and we all seen the big picture. You get 3 of these in a collection. So he says the question now is whether the other destroyers will be in separate issues, or if the remaining 2 will be in a single issue like Conquest issues 48 and 53. I think he's referring to the bikes. So we'll have to see. I don't know how the sprues are done. I don't know if it is like there's 2 on one sprue and 1 on another, or if they're 3 separate sprues. Because I've never had this kit before, but it looks pretty awesome. So I can't wait to have a look at that. And again, it's a little bit of a saving as well, so you can't knock it. Then we get another paint issue 33. You get the Cryptic Armor Shade, gloss version. Okay, it's very important that it's gloss, not just your regular shade. So you get a shiny effect, which is actually, it can have its uses. So typically I'm more of a matte person. I kind of like the matte finish for me, but gloss really works if you want stuff to really pop. And then of course Reichland Flesh Shade, which is pretty good for well, flesh, but also gold. I love it on gold. It gives it a much richer, warmer sort of color than Agrax Earthshade. Agrax Earthshade sort of dulls it down a little bit. So you do make a little bit of a saving on that one, because of course these are the big pots of shade and they're not cheap, so that's something. And then issue 34, you get the second half of the Ruined Factorum. So whichever bit of that, it shows you the sprue that you'll get, so that's pretty cool. That bit there can have so many uses. Already thought of a couple, depending on the size of it. I mean, like you could have it as like a nice fancy base for Tech Marine, or you can use it as like an oversized shield, or you can have it as like a badge of office for a knight. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that's it. And then of course there's the, so, and then he's got final thoughts down here. So let's get clear, more chaff, leaving the remaining issues to house some of the very nice models. Don't go cancelling your sub just yet. Be sure to check out next time for more Mechanicas and the first of our Necron vehicle units. So hang on, let's have a look at the last page on there. Issue 19, it shows you up until issue 40 what you get, and of course you got we already know which issue you get the Hemitrope reactor. You get some pipes, as I said before, but that would be 1 issue. We already know, well, actually, if you got this week's issue, I believe it was, that was the Canoptic Spider. So you get the Tomb Blade, which is like the Necron version of a bike unit, and you also got you got 10 Immortals there, which you could build as with the Tesla cannons, the heavy gauss flares, or you can have them as death marks. So there's that. And then of course you got the other 2 Mechanicum things. I can't remember if we already know which issue the Tech Priest comes in. I can't remember. But anyway, so yeah, we've got some tasty stuff coming up, and of course there'll be a couple of paint issues dabbled in that as well. So there you go. There are your reveals for this week. Ooh, awesome, hey. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'm just gonna scroll back and see what you're all at. Oh, the chat's still catching up. Oh, Lupus, how you doing, mate? Where did I leave it? Where did I leave it? Okay, yeah, I left it there. So, talk about whiskey and brandy. Oh, nice. Oh, we got Mr. Fish. How you doing, mate? Spring onions on pizza actually works well, surprisingly. You're getting a bit dire for toppings, aren't you? Get some mini leeks, lightly char them on a dry pan, add to pizza some prosciutto and oh, jeez. Come on now. You're just messing around with good pizza. Meat and cheese, no room for else. There we go. Man after my own heart, Mr. Dave. Perfect. Oh, by the way, quick poll. Do you get pineapple on your pizza? I say yeah. If you can have tomato, which is technically a fruit, it's like a giant berry, essentially, isn't it? Then why can't you have pineapple? I mean, you get vegetarians have jackfruit on theirs. Like, that's, to me, that's more disgusting. So, but you know, I won't badmouth anyone for having jackfruit on their pizza. To each their own. Pizza sandwich is good though. Yeah, man. Oh, Nova feeling like they're missing out. No worries. Yeah, I mean, like you can, like I said, you can always buy the issues like that you want. You know, you just got to be quick because even on pre-order they can go quite quickly. Thinking of getting it subbed later on. Don't wait too long because I think there is a cap to when they stop taking on subscriptions, and you'd have to start from like issue 1. But yeah, I think they start capping it after a while. So don't wait too long. We'll call them up and find out. I'm as a boomer. The postie hasn't delivered it yet. Oh dear. Very good treat. I have every now and then. Oh, you're talking about that again. Well, we've got bots in the chat as well. Yeah, we like bots in the chat. Really want to finish off Age Sigma submodels before I start fresh again. Don't worry. I don't know what video you commented on. Sorry. Swipe lesson. You can let me know which video. That might narrow it down a bit. Like, I don't mind. Yeah, but if I'm in Italy, no. There we go. I've already divided the viewers. Okay, so I've already done that. Where did I leave my phone? Jeez, I just dropped my phone. Hang on. I'm not going to bother getting my phone. What I can do, open a new tab, see if I've got any comments there. I'll try and get back to every comment, but even if it's like just a reaction or something, because I don't like to ignore people. But let's have a look, see, have a quick look on comments. Right. The latest comment that it shows is 2 days ago, and it's from someone from very far away, judging by their name. So I haven't got your comment up here, mate. How did you send me a message? I don't know. I don't know, man. So that you've seen the videos, so I'm assumed you had seen the messages. You think it's from Facebook? I don't know. Well, I can't keep opening up any more tabs, otherwise things gonna crash. But I'll get to it post stream. I'll have a look. I'll catch up. I haven't been on Facebook today, so I'll have a look. Right, so yes, I saw season 3. It was epic. It was pretty darn cool. All right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because we still got time, we got the ages. Right, we're gonna do our live reviews, because let's get that bloody wireless thing. It's supposed to be easier, but I got some. I'm surrounded by so much stock. The wife has just got tons of free credit from a few different companies, and she's just stocked up. And it's like, look, we could possibly be moving any time right now, and you're just stocking up so much. So yeah. Oh, you're talking to Luke. Okay. But if you ever heard of Yoto players, or what's the other one? A Tony player. So like Yoto's got the cards, yeah. You put the card in the box, which is basically a speaker radio thing, and it downloads the music or the song onto the player, onto the card. It's like your license essentially, and you can play it as often as you like. You control it through an app on your phone. Tony's is a similar thing, but it uses figurines and magnets. So you put the figurine on the Tony, and you got different ones, and they've branched out recently into lots of Disney stuff as well. And what's really cool is that my wife has got a unique partnership. They don't do drop shipping for Yoto, but she managed to secure that, and all the big businesses don't even get that. And she also gets early access, exclusive early access to some of the Tony's products as well. So right now we got she got like the mini players early. She also got that's pretty cool. It's Elmo. So I can't wait to see what that's all about. So yeah, shilling for my wife. Hey Scuba Bears, how you doing? I hope the sound is good for you today. Right, can't forget the bin juice. So we're gonna swap down to here. I've turned the big light off because otherwise you get tons of glare. So well, big light, I mean the camera light. The studio light is what I should say. Because I can't put it anywhere else. Oh bloody hell! Just smack the thing while I'm at it. Yes, I love magnets. I do indeed. Who don't like magnets? Magnets are badass. You can do so much. Right, so we got issue 19. Now we did have a little look at some of it on Monday's stream. He's on his headphones. Sweet. Right, so we had a little look when we did our playthrough on Monday, but let's have a proper look through here. All right, so we had a look at this, the manufacturing battle zone, so you can actually plan the thing, and we actually wrote out what the name of the sector was. Here we go. I got that. If you want to watch Monday's show, it was an absolute whitewash for Space Marines. Right, where's the page? This was absolutely ridiculous. And then of course everyone in the chat got to have an input and a roll off on the naming of the areas that we battled, the sectors and everything. Where did you go? It's like looking for Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you... There we go. All right, so what was it? Location A was the Hereticus Cracdenium. Like the area B, the sector B was the Xenos Productum, and then sector C was the Necrox Factorum. That's right, Crocs for Necrons. And then the sector name was Insector Gadget. It's just so bad. And then the manufacturing goods, what they were fighting over was Care Bears on plastic crack. I mean, that says it all, really, doesn't it? So we could laugh with that. But essentially, the manufacturing is basically where everything's made, from food to weapons to vessels, survey skulls, etc., etc. All that cool stuff. We've got Space Marines Reclusium. So chapter's Reclusium is a hallowed place. Revered silence is broken only by the chanting of chaplains, the administering of rites, and the soft footsteps of robe serfs. Shrines lined its walls, filled with relics from the Brotherhood's glorious history. Getting all tongue-tied, but essentially it's where you get your chaplains, master chaplains and stuff like that. They run around with a Crozius Arcanum, which is a fancy staff which you can just smack people across the head with, and they got a Rosarius as well, which is just a badge of office essentially, but it does project a force field, so that's cool. It also says you've got ranks here as well. So it's led by the Master of Sanctity. And then where we go? You got that one's oversees the chaplains to each of the companies. The Reclusiarch is the second in command. And then you just got regular chaplains, and then trainee Primus chaplains, and so on and so forth. So yeah. And of course we've got In Search of Immortality, The Awakening. The Necrons have slept for 60 million years, if the Aldari Book of Mournful Night is to be believed, that is. Now they have begun to rise at last, rising up to take what was once theirs. The galaxy trembles before their might. Hyper-intelligent master programs of legions of canoptic slave constructs watch over the Necrons as they slept in their tomb complexes. Despite all of this, many disasters befell the hibernating Xenos. Some tomb worlds were plundered by other races or annihilated by vengeful Eldari. Others faced catastrophic failures of their stasis crypts, were obliterated by stellar catastrophes, or were ripped apart by natural disasters. Even those worlds that survived intact ended up far from the original positions, scattering the dynastic territories of the Necron race across the stars. The chronostats of many tomb worlds have slipped out of sequence. Thus, rather than rising as one, the Necrons have awoken piecemeal. Some emerged from the stasis thousands of years ago, whilst others still slumber. Right, so basically they're all just getting awoken up. And some of them have gone a bit crazy and doolally from the long sleep, and others have kind of been okay, and some are falling to bits. So I can only imagine how they are. The pimp stick is badass, right? It is a well-known fact that the Primaris Chaplain's pimp stick is equivalent to a British Army's Regimental Sergeant Major's pace stick. True that, mate. True that. In search of immortality, 1,000 empires. Most necronobles are still traditionalists who prefer to preserve ancient social and martial ways of life. They impose strict hierarchies on their followers, ordering and deploying their legions in accordance with or defiance of the code of the Triarch. The Triarch? I never say that word out loud. The Triarch or the Triarch? I think it's Triarch. That once governed the entire race. Most importantly, they still fight for their ancient dynasties. So you got the Sultek, the Mefrit, the Nilak, and the Ogdobek. Those are the main ones. And then all are technically united in serving the Silent King, but they fight amongst themselves essentially. Alright, and then of course you got the Triarch, or the Triarch. The Triarch. You know, there's so many ways of pronouncing it, which is the right way. So leaders of the Necrontyr dynasties were once governed by the Triarch, a council of 3 Pharaons. The head of this Triarch was known as the Silent King. The Triarch established the codes by which the dynasties were expected to conduct policies in warfare and blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, we get it. They were in charge. You got some bits and pieces there on how to do that, but you've seen it twice already. And then of course a quick paint scheme, which is kind of cool. They get you to do some recess shading here, and then they also get you to dry brush, like fading it out as you go down, so you're concentrating higher up, so you get a nice little variation there, which is pretty cool. And then of course we went through the war in the Factorum on Monday, but just a quick recap. They fought over 3 areas. You had all of your terrain out, and the Royal Warden and Primus Captain faced off with some of their troops, and the captain just wrecked everything. You also learned about how to use the frag and crack grenades, which was useful, and the blast weapons special rule as well. And then we played right through it. It was a good laugh. There was one game where the Necrons almost had it, and then they didn't, and that's it. And then of course there's your sneak peek of what's to come, which, you know, I think this is pretty good because you never really had that before in previous magazines subscriptions. So yeah, it's nice to get an idea. Keeps you invested, because then you're not so blindly following it or trying to chase down rumors and stuff like that. So let me know what you think of issue 19. I think it's okay. Oof, right behind me. And now I'm gonna eat some There we go. It's really annoying. The stream health, it literally comes up with no data, and then it goes, stream is healthy, excellent connection. Why does it keep going up and down? It's gotta be the internet, can't be the laptop. Anyway, and now it's going down to not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Bastards. Alright, issue 20. I really should just mute for that. Boom. All right, here we go. So we get 2 paints. So from now on, you only get 2 pots. You don't get 3 like you used to. So these issues are no longer a saving, but just remember that it's all about the whole picture, the whole range. So, I mean, these paint issues are more targeted to people who are with the subscription anyway. But you got some Troll Slayer orange, which is very handy to have. I've got 3 pots of that, which I don't really use much of, so yeah, I might end up selling some pots of paint online. I'd like a job lot just to shift some. And of course we've got the base corn red, so there we go. Cool. All right, it says here 2 new paints with this issue. Learn about the Emperor, and expanded rules reference. All right. I thought I was opening some crisps. The classic, yeah. This is for anyone who knows about text to speech. Emperor will know this picture quite well as well. But this is like a John Blanche classic. For those who don't know who John Blanche is, he is the original Warhammer artist, and he still does work for them now, if not on a sort of part-time basis, because he's essentially, you know, he's retired and everything, but he still does it. Let me know if you do care if I can claim that as expense nowadays. Sweet. Oh, my video froze, did it? Oh, terribly sorry about that. Well, you know what? He actually openly admitted that he was looking for an excuse to stop it anyway. The GW bomb and shutdown was massively overflated anyway, and the only reason why they put that policy update in was because they were launching their own media service, so they have to cover themselves legally. That's not by all means defending them or being accusationary about it. It's just laying out a fact. No one got approached with a cease or desist at all in that whole time. People who got approached by Games Workshop, they either stopped doing what they did, or they joined Games Workshop to produce stuff for Games Workshop officially, and actually be on a solid pay rather than relying on donations and stuff. And you know, some artists turned it down because they were making more than what Games Workshop would offer them anyway. So, you know, but they've moved on to other projects that they wanted to do. So, you know, either way, it's not that bad a thing. You met John Blanche, have ya? Ooh, good for you, mate. Right, so let's have a look. See, right, Ultramarine Strike Force. By the way, this is my first look. I mean, I'll just open the pack in front of you, but yeah. Like most Space Marine chapters, the Ultramarines rarely go to war in full force. Instead, they are divided into smaller strike forces, each capable of fighting alone and emerging victorious, no matter the odds. Space Marine strike forces are at the forefront of the Imperium's effort to liberate the Prior Nexus from Necron control. So, you get to name your strike force now. Ooh. It can be overhyped. Most things can be overhyped. I like a lot of his work. Not all of it is amazing, but the general, I mean, it's kind of a generational thing. If you grew up in the 90s with John Blanche's stuff being pretty much the dominant artwork for a lot of Warhammer, then you have that nostalgia, you have that association, and it kind of just, it was all the nitty gritty detail that he put into it. So yeah, anyways, so yeah, name your strike force, that's fine. So you put down your Primaris captain. Of course, I'm sure someone in the chat will remember. The Primaris lieutenant and the lieutenant in Phobos armor, which we don't have just yet, but we'll get at some point, I guess. So that's the thing. Oh my god, this internet is dog shit. Right, look at this. We also we name up the librarian, the armory. So when we get the Tech Marine on the 5-strike servo, that'd be cool. And I just need to clean up the that's terrible, mate. That is absolutely terrible. Figure video. Oh, that's absolutely worse. Yep, there we go. Apply. Done. Better. All right. You've got your squads. So you got the 3-man intercessor, the 5, and then the 2 5-man intercessors, the aggressors, outriders, and invader ATV. And then of course you got your 2 infiltrator squads, eliminator squad, suppressor squad. It basically tells you what you're gonna get. I mean, mostly. You also got your veteran guard as well. Sweet. So you can have some fun with that. It sort of brings all the pieces together. Then we got Necron Tomb World. Each and every Tomb World possesses a legion powerful enough to crush entire systems under its mechanical advance. Led by a Pharaon or Overlord, these mighty fighting forces are capable of suffering terrible defeats and returning once more to fight in the name of their ancient dynasty. Boom, boom, boom. Captain Cracker's cocainus. So your Tomb World, the Necron forces you will acquire during the course of your collection are plentiful enough to form the core of a Tomb World's legion. As you add yet more mechanical warriors and canoptic slave constructs, blah blah blah. Okay. The Imperium will soon regret taking on the might of the Zerican dynasty. So essentially this is the same thing as the Strike Force page. So you name your Tomb World, which we can do on Monday's show. They got some weird names though. And then your Tomb World's Pharaon rides to battle atop his Catacomb Command Barge. Record the name of your regal Necron Pharaon. Well, we won't do that until we actually get him. So, we won't do that bit. And then, of course, all your units will be listed here as well. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the Emperor. So, long ago, the Emperor walked amongst the living, rising to unite. I cannot speak for my fucking life, mate. Long ago, the Emperor walked amongst the living, rising to unite humanity under his leadership and ushering in an age of enlightenment. It was he who created the Space Marine Legions, and, with these mighty warriors at his side, established the Imperium of mankind. This era of progress came to an end in a brutal civil war that saw the Emperor mortally wounded by a traitor's blade. Since that day, over 10,000 years ago, the Emperor has been interred within the arcane machinery of his golden throne. His body has long since died, reduced to desiccated skeletal remains by the passage of time. Only his indomitable psychic will remains, kept alive with the aid of sacrificial rituals. The Emperor can no longer communicate with those who serve him, cannot issue commands or make his desires known. And yet, without the Emperor, mankind would surely be doomed. His potent spirit still spans the warp, doing battle with endless tides of warp-spawned terrors that would otherwise burst forth to tear his people apart. The Emperor has given all that his Imperium may endure. Though it is no longer the realm of strength and civilization he once envisioned, endure it does. Ooh. And it says about the Golden Throne as well, which is it's located on the Imperial Palace on Terra. It contains advanced stasis fields and psi-fusion reactors that sustain the Emperor. These systems are now far beyond the understanding of the Imperium. Only the sacrifice of Psychers keep the throne functional. I think it's like something like 1,000 Psyker souls a day get sacrificed in order to keep him alive and the Astronomical beacon like lit. And we go on to the Astronomical right here. So the beacon is located on Terra. The navigators use it to steer the ships through warp, and it was once entirely powered by the Emperor's psychic might, and now it is Oh no, it's 100, not 1,000. It's 100 psychers die with each passing day, drained by their psychic exertions. So, but yeah, it means that the entirety of oh, why is it cut out? All right. It means that the entirety of the thing is I've lost my place now. Early onset dementia, I think. That's what I think it is. Oh man, why has it come up with no? What is this? Has my stream bloody died out? What happened to the internet? Did the internet die on me? Oh well, I mean, I just refreshed the page and it's loading very slowly, so okay. I'm still here. I'm still here. Oh boy. The live, listen, mate. What are you on about? It pre-recorded. Don't be silly. Stream's still fine. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's the bloody internet, man. It came up on mine like disconnected like for ages. I'm having a slow panic here. Anyways, so yeah, the Astronomical is just there for them to see where they're going. The Emperor's presence is felt amongst everyone, especially those who are more pious than others. And sometimes his psychic will can manifest itself through people or psychers in strange acts and stuff like that, and miracles. So you see it more with the Sisters of Battle, especially with the Saints as well. So that's the thing. And then Guardians of the Throne, you have the Adeptus Custodes, who are super Space Marines, essentially. They're made from the gene seed. Well, their gene seed is from the material of the Emperor himself. So whereas Space Marines, Primaris or not, their gene seed genetic material is from their Primarch, the respective Primarch. They get their stuff from the OG himself. So that's it. It's pretty cool. Technological boons. So Necron science has given birth to myriad technologies, all far in advance of anything possessed by the lesser races. Nobles, Cryptex, and the Necron elite possess eldritch machinery that can alter the flow of time, turn income fireside, and transport entire armies across the galaxy. So we got Chronometrons. There we go, I said it almost in first go. So it's arcane technology that gives you mastery over time and space, and little tiny cubes or sphere like that one. So you can just manipulate time and space all you like. It's good fun. Do what you like then, can't you? Dispersion shields are pretty cool as well. They can turn away, you know, just impacts and stuff like that using a little energy field around it. And then of course you got you can also deflect incoming fire as well back on the enemy, so that's pretty handy. And then you got endless inventions. So the Cryptex are always tinkering with their tech and doing all sorts of weird stuff with it. Just they come across a tough foe and they're like, hey, how can we tinker this stuff to make it better to kill them? And then they do it. You also got nanoscarab and reanimation beams. So reanimation beams essentially do what they say. And nano scarabs are itty bitty tiny scarabs which just go around healing stuff, repairing stuff, or taking down organic matter as well, repurposing it. You got quantum shielding as well, which is super fancy shielding, so you know there's that. And then you got translocators, so this is something different. This is brand new to the range as well. So Necrons often use dimensional translocation technology to transport their armies across the fastness of space. Many Necron vehicles and buildings, including monolithic structures known as star stels, possess such technology, allowing them to be transported across the battlefield. Some translocation devices can be turned against the enemy, abducting entire units from the battlefield and casting them out into the space. So that's pretty dark. It's like what's that game? Oh, my words are gone real bad. You know the game I'm on about, where everyone's sus and you vote someone out and they just get voided into space. So yeah, anyway, how to paint. So you're using your new stuff now. You actually use the Troll Slayer orange for rust effects, which is a legit way to do it. And it's, yeah, it looks pretty good. You can get good effects like that. And yeah, they're just getting you to touch up little areas here and there on some of your dudes, and add some rust effects on the containers and stuff. That's a pretty short paint thing, but you know what, once you get through all the different things that you've got, but you know, it will take some time. Among Us, that's it. Thank you, Spud. I didn't see you sneak in there. How you doing, man? Glad you could be here. Right, Necron's reanimation protocols. Here we go. Proper rules now. This is what we were missing, okay? This is what we needed for the Necron units to be a bit more fucking tougher on the table, because they were just getting wiped so easy. So, the majority of Necron units have the reanimation protocols ability listed on the datasheet. This page lists the rules for using this ability in your games. Read through this page first, then turn over and follow the reanimation protocol tutorial. Make sure that you blah blah blah. Okay. So here we go. Each time an enemy unit shoots or fights, after it makes its attacks, if any models in this unit were destroyed as a result of that, you can use the reanimation protocols. Let's see. Roll a d6 equal to the number. What does it say? Rolls for that unit by rolling a number of d6 equal to the combined wounds characteristics of all the reassembled models. Each reanimation protocol roll of a 5+ puts into a pool, and then you can it can never be modified more than +1 or -1. Okay, cool. And then what you do is essentially say, okay, you had a unit of 10, 6 dude died, right? But they all got 1 wound each on the data sheet, yeah. So that'll be 6 dice that you roll. So you roll that out, and you get 3. That's a 5+. That's pretty good. So then that means you got 3 wounds to allocate to things in that unit to come back up. So that'll be 3 1 wound dudes. Say you got a unit of 5 immortals and they got 2 wounds each, and you lost 3. Okay, so each one has got 2 wounds, so you roll 6 dice. You roll those, and say 3 of those were 5+. Well, then you'd allocate 2 wounds to bring up 1, and then you only got 1 wound left. Now, because that wound isn't enough to fully reanimate that 2 wound immortal, it just gets discarded, so you lose it. So with more wounds per miniature within a unit comes a greater risk of losing out on that. I believe that's how it is. Let me just double check. Engagement can only set up within the engagement range of enemy units. Cannot, if it is your charge phase, be set up closer to enemy units. Yeah, No longer counts as having been destroyed for purposes of morale tests that turn, which is very handy, and we'll get to morale tests later on. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, any models that did not reanimate fail. Okay, blah 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 blah. Any remaining dice in the pool are discarded. Yeah, and there's an example there. So yeah, there's 4 warriors that got wiped out. 2 of them rolled a 5+, so they come back. There you go, easy peasy. And it says about the multi-wound stuff. So, yeah, you roll a number of dice equal to the wounds characteristics of that thing. All the 5+ go into a pool. Scorpic destroyers have a wounds characteristic of 3. So for every 3 dice in the pool, one destroyed model can return. Excess dice are lost. So if you had to roll 6 dice and 5 of them were fine, you could still only bring back 1, and you'd have to discard the 2 dice. It sucks, I know, but it's like a feel no pain, but it's not an extra save, because if you're dead, you're dead. If you don't roll enough. So we go back over the rules on the reference sheet as well, which is ever expanding. So it keeps you up to date with everything. And then Total War. In the shadow of the Necron's obsidian tomb structures, the Ultramarines press their assaults, attempting to destroy the remaining Necrons. This task has proven difficult, however, for the Necrons are capable of suffering catastrophic damage, only to rise once more and rejoin the fight. The Space Marines must bring their firepower to bear swiftly, or risk being overrun once more. So we go back to the small map again. 2 aggressors, 3 assault intercessors against 5 Necron warriors with Reapers, and 2 Scorpic destroyers. So I guess this is all about just practicing your reanimation protocols. Of course, there's no psychic phase because there's no psychers. Yeah, and there you go. It's rolling the reanimation protocols. And that's it, essentially. You just carry on until one last man standing. That's it. Nice and easy, that one. So, what did you think of that one? Oh, I think it was enlightening. Okay. Go back in your hole. Right, so we're 2 minutes away from the community focus. So, I'm going to make sure it's all set up. So if you haven't already put your works in progress, your completed works of art, or stuff that you just want to share on the community focus chat on the Discord, then feel free to do so. It don't cost a thing, and it's free to join the Discord. There's a link in the description. There's also a link from Nightbot, and of course my fantastic mod that's in the chat right now. We'll also share it too. So I'll mark that as red. Got to scroll all the way to the top. We've got quite a few entries today. Can't wait to have a proper look at that. Oy, 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 oy. And there was Dave getting worried that there wouldn't be enough. I told him it'd pick up. So, without further ado, it's that time. So let's hop over to Community Focus. Or Community Corner. Yeah. I'm so used to it being called Community Focus from the old video days. When I used to do them after the painting tutorials. But anyways. I digress. I'm going to have a bit of music in the background just to fill the void because I'm getting sick of my own voice. I don't know about you lot. It might ruin the internet, but who cares? It's worth it. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. So, this week, starting right at the top, we got Mr. Fish. So it says no hobby this week, but was gifted a box of Mega Knobs. And now debating converting my flesh kit orcs into Mega Knobs, since I have 3. You made for a kill team. Ah. Okay. So you've got some funky stuff going on here. I like the targeting squig. That's pretty awesome. And look at the size of that Dakar, by the way. That is ridiculous. Yeah, look at the size of their guns. That's amazing, dude. Wow. Those just like count as big shooters or something. That's crazy. It's like Tony Hart showing all the pics sent into the BBC. Exactly. That's what it's all about, man. Right. Oh, that's very nice of you to say, Lupus. There we go. I'm on the juice now. So yeah, no, I really like that. I really like these conversions. That gun I can't get over though. That's bloody sick. And the targeting squig just sitting up there like, yo. That was awesome work, mate. Thank you for sharing. We also got Davide with his completed Stormcast. All looking fantastic. I really like the base on that dude as well. That's some really nice work. Lovely consistent work there. Can't go wrong with it. Finally finished these 4 guys. Started months ago. Reasonably happy with the Lord Exorcist, his base and his book. Yeah, you've got a little script in the book. I love it. And that base is pretty dope. But the mini overall, it looks fantastic, mate. You've really done well with that. I like the fact that you've done the the rounded highlight there rather than just going for the line highlight. So that is pretty cool as well. And of course you did this little freehand with the lines on there and all that. The script is, yeah, it's really nice work. And the robe looks really nice as well. Thank you very much for posting. We also got Wolfenstone, aka Dave, with his completed work here. I like it. I like how muted the colours are. You know, like it's very matte, but it looks right. You know, right matte. Blood. Actually, you know, it could do with a bit more blood for the blood god, but I really like the shading on it as well. You got painting reds down to an art form, I reckon. Lovely highlighting on the buttocks as well. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. So fantastic work, mate. Thank you for sharing. Oh, we've got Gina in as well with the Death Copters all finished up now. Looking pretty damn snazzy, if I say so myself. So much detail going on. You know, it must be hard not wanting to pick out all of the detail, but I think if you ended up picking out all of the detail rather than just dry brushing it with orcs, you'd never get anything painted. You know, that's the dilemma with orcs. But it looks fantastic. Oh, the base looks great. The mini looks great. Looks lovely and dynamic. Oh, and we've got a Harry Potter mini. He who must not be named, Lord Voldemort, aka Tom Riddle. How you doing, man? waving that wand around like you're a big man. Psst. And there's his pet snake as well, or his lover, I don't know. Oh, we've got some other stuff going on here. What's this? Is this for Blood Bowl? That's pretty cool. Is that a zombie for Blood Bowl? Was it more like a Frankenstein sort of thing? I see the stitching just there. That's pretty cool. And of course we've got Gimli, my all-time favourite whenever playing the Lord of the Rings games on the PlayStation. Fucking loved it, man. Little tank boy who dealt so much damage. The only thing was he was just slow, but like if you kept your distance and just blocked well, he wrecked the game. So yeah, that's really nice. Love the beard. Great job on the robes. It's all round fantastic job. You've been really busy, Gina. Thank you very much for posting all of that. Next up, we got Hyrus. What I've done so far with my Angels of Redemption. That is quite a collection already, mate. You've done really well. So you got Intercessors over here. You got Assault Intercessors over here. You got your Infiltrators over here. And then of course you got this dude over here with a big old fist. And this dude over here being all psychic like. It was really good, man. That must have taken ages because doing like 50-50 schemes can be quite tough. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, no, it's looking really good, man. All you need is a dread in there, maybe a tank, some bikes, get some heavy weapons in there, and you'll be sorted. That's really good, man. Keep it up. We've got Necros as well. Finished Death Guard from Conquest magazine. Converted the Flail Marine. Ooh. So that is, of course, the captain, the leader, the war boss. Is it war boss or warlord? That comes with the Conquest stuff that you got in the original Imperium, like 40k reboot with the Primaris stuff. That looks really, really nice. I like the cracked base and stuff like that. It's a really nice compilation of colours there. And then the converted Flail Marine is there as well. These look really, really good as well, man. Wow, man, you've done a really, really good job. Lovely. That is pretty good little conversion as well. Well, thank you very much for posting that. Looks freaking awesome. Oh, we got Mark from Tabletop Ready Minis. Want to show this off again. First horse and so proud looking now. Highlights could have been blended better on horse. Also a model for a close mate's stepson who is starting the hobby. Had it broken, so thought I'd fix it. Mate, horses are not easy to paint. Really thick highlight lines on the Riders of Rohan. Back in the day when they just came out, that was my first attempt at horses. They do not stand up now. Green flock and everything, terrible. But this looks fantastic. I like the flowy robes and stuff. That's a really dynamic miniature. But yeah, no, the paint job is stellar work, mate. The basics great. The highlights look great. We do say that our worst critic is ourselves. I have to say, you've done a really, really nice job there, man. I mean, like, the rim of the base could be more consistent. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I love the pose of that miniature. It is proper dynamic. I challenge you, mofo. And what else have you been working on? Cheeky little conversion here as well. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Little shield and spear with the wings. Is that going to be your own version of, was it Ivrain or whatever the bloody name is? I can't remember. of that bird lady from the new starter box. And that was the before bit. That's gonna look pretty dope. I like the elevated base as well. Can't wait to see that finished. Well, thank you very much for sharing, mate. That's gonna look pretty awesome. Oh, we got more from Necros as well. The rest of my completed Death Guard from the Conquest magazines. Yeah! More flails. Excellent. I love it. And what else have we got here? Another family pose. And then down here, we've got the Poxwalkers. There they are. I was wondering where they got to. Those goofy fellows. They just get lost so easily, don't they? So yeah, no, that looks that is a fantastic little collection you got going there. Did you paint up the tanks or anything yet, or is it just troops that you've done? Either way, looks fantastic. So thank you. What's this? First part of my Blood Bowl Dark Elves team. Needs a base. Ooh. You're getting in a Blood Bowl as well. That looks pretty cool. Well, thank you very much for sharing. You've been very busy. Next up, we got Joker, 1969. 1969. So from this angle, it kind of looks kind of serpentine. Very difficult to see what it is, but then we swap round to the other side and we can see it a bit better over there. I love the scales on it. I love green scales. It looks so cool. And then look, we've got an angry turtle. Or is it tortoise? It's a headless tortoise. Where's the head gone? What have you done with the head? But look at that. The work on the shell. That's really nice. I like the patterns you've put on there. That's pretty dope, dude. Oh, big better dude as well. Oh, we can see that much clearer. That looks really cool, man. And this is pretty gnarly. This weapon here. That's really cool. What's this from? Oh, he's not in chat around the moment, is he? So he can't tell us. If anyone in the chat knows where these miniatures are from, they look pretty cool. Alright, next up we've got Dave again. Hello Dave. Little sneaky KFC peaky. Bit tipsy, so I'll put the brush down for now. Dave. Always on the tins, that Dave. It looks nice. I haven't even started mine yet. But I'm debating whether or not to have a bit of green stuff work on them. So we'll see. Under Hive Hero. What have you done? I hope that's 3D printed. Or made of cereal boxes. I really do hope you haven't just bought a Land Raider and then just made it terrain. You monster. You bloody monster. That is something I've always wanted to have, is a Land Raider. I've never had one. So that's on my hobby list. Work in progress for some local club terrain just to keep the hobby mojo going while busy with work till I get back to the Howling Griffins. Absolute nutter. It's in Iron Warriors paint scheme as well. Terrible. Thank you for your entry, by the way. We've got Raven's Rook. Let's finish these Deathcopters as well. What's up with these Deathcopters everywhere? Built Death Corps of Krieg and Commandos. Ooh. Look at that lovely colourful work there. Lovely yellows. That's pretty cool. Really pops, man. Whee! That's stellar work. You're getting good at that, aren't you? That painting lark. Not too bad. And then there's the Orc Commandos built from the Kill Team box. And the Death Corps of Krieg as well. Did you give the shovel to one of them? Not sure. Is that the shovel there? I don't know. If you didn't, then that's a massive fail, you know. Massive fail. Ah, these look pretty cool as well. Oh, you really have been busy, haven't you? Let's get the music back. Oh, no, not that one. No, not that one. That one. There we go. But no, these look really cool, man. Can't wait to see them all finished. I'm sure it's just the base you need to do, isn't it? Either way, man. And then a side by side. Looking just different enough. That's a pretty versatile kit. With claw, no claw, with helmet, no helmet. That's all you really need, isn't it, for options? Well, thank you very much, mate. That's fantastic work. Got Mr. Fish again. I totally lied. Finished up my 40 Snagger boys since last week. Still touch up some, but good enough. These are the most colourful boys I have seen ever. And they're supposed to be sneaky, like, you know, with the purple camo. That's just mad, man. That's a lot of boys painted up as well. I reckon you give Elston a run for his money. Yeesh. That's pretty damn impressive. Jeez. It's so colourful. I love it. Hey, you've done some really, really good work, mate. Look at that. Ooh, the colours of the rainbow. It's like they discovered Skittles and they're like, oh, we want more of that colourings. Hey, boss, get the paint cans out. We's gonna get ourselves all coloured up right and nice. Oh, I just amuse myself. And then we got, oh, Tabletop Ready Minis is back. Quick 2-hour paint job. It took you 2 hours. I guess most of that time was just waiting for shades to dry, right? Because these are quick paint. It's like you just blast in the base colours and then dry brush the heck out of him. It's like the easiest big boss to paint. That looks really good though. What you need, well, you don't need to, but what you could do is fancy up the base a bit with some like cracked lava sort of effect, and then get some OSL effects going on at the bottom just to break it up a bit, or maybe give them glowy eyes. Ooh. Either way, it's a nice quick paint job, man. Solid. I'd be happy with that. Thank you very much, dude. Grimbright, that is a pretty cool style name actually. Yeah, forget Grimdark, go for Grimbright. The Grimbright, wow, beautiful. So yeah, fantastic work everyone. Thank you very much. I think that's it. Let's go back to my face.